Hi guys and girls, welcome back to some more BeamNG mods. We're today going to be looking at a mod that was made actually by a little bit myself, but mostly my good friend Hendrixx. He spent countless amounts of hours on this map just tweaking and tuning and trying to get a very varied off-roading experience. I put in some time myself in making the scenarios, as you can see on the screen here, but yeah, the real effort that went into it was by Matt. So hats off to Matt, well done sir. We're going to have a little look at the time run sessions. I'm not going to try and complete them all, but I'm going to give them at least a couple of good tries each so we can get through them, because there are 12 altogether. To do the whole run in one is quite a feat, so we're not going to punish ourselves too much. But yeah, this is a route that has kind of almost themed areas. There's like different styles and different stuff that you will encounter. I like the sections with the hill climbs quite a lot. They're quite fun. So yeah, let's delve in and have a little look. Okay, so this map's been around for quite a while. I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago that it was originally made, and it's been quite a while since I've driven it, so I'm not likely to be that good at it. I did give the scenario pretty much the best car to attempt this at, which is the off-road config of the GeForce D series. You can do it in the pig config as well, which has no like pickup bed and much better suspension, but we're going to just go with this and see how we get on. Let's see how many gears we'll crunch today. Oh yeah, we'll use the low box. So we've got lower gear ratios, better for climbing. Let's get our lights on here. Okay, first hill. This one's tricky. Oh, flying a bit there. Okay. Oh, this is immensely bumpy. This is a very tight turn here. Yeah, no problem. Okay, this is a tricky sort of banked climb. Oh, 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 no. Nope, messed that up. Listen to that supercharger. Gonna cheat, get the crowd to help me flip the truck back up. Oh no, crowd says no. Let's start again. So as I say, I'm not going to hang around too much on each scenario, or else we'll be here all day. That's for you to try yourself and get stuck on and spend ages trying to work out how to accomplish a certain obstacle. Some of them are trickier than others, some of them are just obvious but hard to climb or navigate through. Oh, great supercharger noises coming from this thing. Winding through these lumpy bits. Okay, let's see if we can't. See if we can do it properly this time. Okay, that wasn't anywhere near as hard as I made it out to be. Give it the beans. Oh, there's a tree there that could do with being lopped. Now you got to trust this and just aim for the waypoint. Oh God, we got a snorkel. Otherwise we'd be drowning. Okay, made it across there. Now I am hoping if I bring this mod to light, that perhaps maybe Matt will work on it a little bit more. Matt, I don't know how many times I've asked him and reminded him and sort of encouraged him, but getting him to do it is not an easy feat. I understand though, going back to a project that you were working on ages ago, you're not in that fresh mind. Oh, stalled it. I need a start-stop button on the wheel, really. Let's try and do a hill start. Oh yeah. So yeah, I could understand if he wouldn't want to work on it too much again, or it would be difficult to get him to work on it, but maybe even a new map. We've talked about that as well. And yeah, it's kind of, a project like this is a sort of thing where you start and then you can't stop. But if you leave it for any period of time and come back, it's just, you lose the spark that you had for the creativity. I've had that myself with a lot of my maps, as you might have guessed. Since I have about 7 or 8 that are unfinished. I like map making, but really for me I prefer the programming side of stuff. Not that I can do Lua or anything like that. But yeah, map making for me, you've got to have a lot of time and patience to sit there and do the same thing over and over again. So yeah, not quite my ideal field, if you will. Okay, as we creep across this creek, come back out into the woods. This is a timed run, but I'm not exactly rushing. This is a quite tight turn if I remember rightly. Drop in there. And that's the first section. So yeah, I broke them up into bite-sized chunks so that, you know, it's more fun, and if you can't get past on it, you can just go to the next section and carry on, basically, rather than just repeating the first section over and over again and getting to the same bit that you can't do. No one wants to play it like that, unless they are hardcore, but not everyone is, so there we are. So now we start from that tight turn in the next section. I believe this is one of the boring sections because there's a part of the route just basically takes you back to the start area, but there's still some interesting bits. We'll do it anyway. Whoop. Oh, in high range again. Churn it up a bit. Side. No probs. Yeah, this section is basically up and down this hill a bit. Maybe could do with some work. No. Didn't hook it tight enough, but that's okay. Whoop, there it goes. Bit of gear fibres everywhere. Don't know. Yeah, I could do some hills and stuff in that bit, perhaps. Okay, yeah, as I said, that's kind of the return road. Nothing too fancy there, but we'll get to the more fancy stuff. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ah, this is where I messed it up. You're actually supposed to go over the top of all that, and I made it so that you're actually just driving around here. So Yeah, I need to do maybe a little bit of work as well. I assumed the route was just meant to be going back, but yeah, you do end up going on top of the building, up top of the roofs of a lot of these buildings. Clutch soon is playing up. Is it in there? No. Right, you could go through there if you wanted. Yeah, sorry Matt, I know that's not the right route, but hey, this is. Sort of coming back to where the original start position is, if you do the full timed run. I wanted to make the first bite-sized section start from a different place so it's not the same thing again as everyone who has used it before was used to. And of course, those you unsporting types out there could just cheat and cut straight across some of these where there aren't checkpoints, but hey, that's not what it's all about. There's the start position. And can we go through it? Yeah. Oh, could if you could drive. We're going to get hooked up on it then. So yeah, that's where you'd normally start. Get washed off. Thank you. Cool. Those particles don't look half as good as they used to. I guess the code's changed since we last adjusted them. That's a bit sneaky, it makes you slide off. Okay, so now the next section is the start of the full run. Okay, section 4. I'm hoping that I will be able to get a certain vehicle that's being developed at the moment by a modder called Crash Hard. You may have seen his work on the 8x8 off-road vehicle, like a Tatra Russian military transport vehicle. It is looking fantastic. I mean, it's looking better quality almost than the official cars. It's probably not quite there because I don't know what I'm talking about, but it is an epic looking mod. And it's being worked on even harder at the moment. He said he stopped doing normal videos, he's just focusing on that car to get it finished. So hats off to you, Crash Hard, I cannot wait. But yes, I'll certainly be giving it a go around this track. I don't think it will do some of the tight turns, but I certainly want to try it through this section here with all the mud. I've got that break down here. Otherwise you're in trouble. Yes, this bit is pretty hardcore, and some say not necessarily very realistic because of the mud, but I think I changed the mud depth so it wasn't so ridiculous. Let's get in some mud and see how far down we go. Yeah, it's only about, what's that, about 3 inches it dips. Before it was almost a foot that the wheel would dip into the mud by. It was insane. I really like this bit as well. I remember watching him make this. This was cool. So you've got 2 routes here. You can go over the really bumpy route or the easy route, depends on what size cojones you have. And I don't want to get hung around on those, so let's just go the easy route. Yes, great review, Rob, great review. And this is one of the trickiest bits of the map, so you've got to turn hard left. And I doubt I'll be able to do it first time. Oh, yeah, not too bad. Normally end up rolling over. And we've got through the bomb holes. Oh, the first section of bomb holes. I said bomb, not bum. Okay, and then all the beans to get up here. And not hit those rocks, which I put in. Just to make it a little bit more difficult so you can't just slide yourself round. Okay, so on to number 5. Oh. Up here again. Yes, these rocks here. If you can go up there, it makes it so much easier and like pointless. So I thought I'd put them in. So you have to actually get up there. Mind you, you have to get up there to get the waypoint anyway. It was just more of a penalty if you mess it up. I think that's what I meant to say. Okay. This is a particularly tight part where you've got to really position your wheels right. Or it will go over. Oh, still. Whoa, whoa. Wing it on round. Alright, now the elevated road. I like this bit too. I like it all really. There's not really any of it that I dislike. Because I would have told him and he would have made revisions. Or considered revisions. Creep round here nicely. Oh yeah, this bit's a tough bit. You gotta watch out for this bit and the bump there. And oh, yes, I made it. I normally always mess that bit up. Whew, not doing too bad since I consider I haven't used this mod for a long time. This bit's really tough. You nearly always have to 3-point turn this, but sometimes if you get it right and don't stall it several times. Please use the clutch. Why? Don't need that. Get the spectators in. Thank you. Oh, still in first. You cheated and you didn't make it count. Okay. Oh. Clunk the bull bars there a bit. Oh, for goodness sake. We're jammed up again. Nobody's seen that. It's fine. Just don't tell anyone. Oh, I'm in reverse again. Sort it out, HighDef. Okay. And that's the 5th section. Okay, section 6. Let's do it. Nice and tricky through here. Oh, that's deep. That was a deep one. Oh, and another. Oh! Forgot there. Quite a few of those. Spectators, help me! Don't bend my foot plate. Sorry. Oh, giant puddle. And now we've got a more technical water crossing. Again, you've got to trust the waypoint. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's it. And the river crossing. Go very steady. Again, we have to trust the waypoint, but not too much. Also trying to see through the water slightly at where the grassy verge actually is. Over and over we go. Okay, looks like we're alright. And over we go. Oh, it's the turning. It's alright, nobody saw that. Excellent. I love these sort of bits where there's no flatness whatsoever. This game does portray off-roading quite nicely. Well, from what I've seen visually. I haven't done it myself in real life, but I've certainly watched a lot of it, that's for sure. Lots of truck trials and whatnot. Excellent sport. Oh, this one's steep. Oh, one again. Oh. Nearly had a roll there. Okay, making our way through. Now, that's the end of section 6. The section 7, on the other hand, has some more industrial obstacles. Now, I know for a fact that this first section of pipes isn't really doable with this truck. They need adjusting slightly, need lowering down a bit. Could do it myself, but I really don't like to do too much to this map because it is Matt's map. So I'm just going to go one set of wheels over it if I can, but yeah, as you can see, there's no clearance there at all. Oh, some clippy clip there. Okay, we'll skip just these bits because they are pretty difficult. I think there's a couple more after this bridge as well. They are just so tough. But we'll be here all day if I try and get over them. Oh, made that first time. Stoppy. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to put us through that because that takes some real getting over. I know, a cop out. Should play the whole mod, but yeah, that's just skipped us an agonising view of this car getting stuck and clipping and yeah. I'm sure they'd be great with some adjustments, but hey, we haven't got all day. Okay, now this is the big bomb hole section, which I think will end here because this is the end of the section. Yeah, that's the end of it. But yes, the next section is a good section. I like the bomb holes, they are pretty fun to do. Okay, section 8, the bomb holes. Now there's a very tight left turn at the bottom of this. Okay, no problem. Now, yes, this is the first bomb hole. Oh, don't jump it, don't jump it. Oh, that happens. Wreck the car. So as you can see, you can't just rip through it because there's a damage limiter. But we'll jump that bit. Because why not? I like contradicting myself. Oh, blimey. Why am I not getting all 4 wheels spinning? Oh, because we haven't got lock diffs. Why can't we lock our diffs? because it doesn't have lockable diffs. That's why. Okay, that's better. Just arrive on the perch. Okay. The sand dunes. Are they sinky? Yes, we are sinking into the sand. I'm getting some nice sand sound effects. Never had all that when we made this map. Sound effects? What? And as you can see, after section 8, we're into the industrial zone. So, section 9. Now, the industrial zone is a particularly different kind of feel to the rest of it, as you can imagine. We're going to be crawling over buildings and over obstacles like this. Oh, that was way too fast. Don't do that. But then don't go too slow, because you'll fall in the fire. Yeah, it's a bit better. Oh. Oops. Clutchy McClutcherson strikes again. Oh no, I forgot about that. Oh, that's sneaky, that is. That's a sneaky one. Very nice. Now, I'm not going to, Matt. He's going to be saying, why didn't you go over the lumps? Let's try it. It's usually a car killer. Oh. No, it's not so bad. Oh, I felt that. Oh. Okay. Let's have another go, but I don't think we'll go over the bars because it's pretty solid. Is that going to count it? No. Oh, managed to bump it. There's just a wall. Okay, we clipped it, so it counts technically, but as you can see, you're meant to go over all these girders and then over these piled up speed bumps. But yeah, it needs tweaking. Oh, so does my driving. Oh, got skid marks on dust then. Anyway. So yeah, that only goes through the industrial zone a little bit. We come back to it later. Well, yes we do. We come over, again we go straight through the middle before we get back to where we started in the first scenario. Like a banked corner here. Don't have to ride it, but it's more fun too. And you're supposed to ride it. Should put some barriers on the inside there or something really. Whoa. Oh, oh wow, that's steep. Forgot about that bit. Okay, that's section 9. They are very bite-sized, as you can see, but if we had to reset and start right the way back from the beginning each time, I'd never get this video done, because I'm clearly not that good. Okay, so section 10. I think we might see some more water in this section. Some nice camera angle action here. It's hard not to just watch it and appreciate it. It's also hard to drive it at the same time, so I have to be careful. Although it is a bit easier for me, obviously knowing most of the route. Woo. Like a bit of that. What have we got here? A bridge. A bridge? Oh god. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, you wrecked it. Let's try and be a bit more gentle through this drop. Still get some air. Oh. Dances with hills. Okay, nice and steady. Excuse me. That's so much fun. Right, big hole. You can't see it, can you? Whatsoever, and then suddenly. Oh, you have to go slowly down that decline. Otherwise, you will nosedive. Oh yeah, I forgot about these no textures. Nicely or unnicely covered up by these other assets. Well, but I'm pretty sure we know how to sort that out nowadays. I think I covered that in my tutorial with David in Arc. Definitely check that out if you haven't already. Okay, let's see here we have almost missed it. Yeah, tricky little crossing with some underwater containers here. Deliberately placed askew to start with to put you off, but we can manage that. Oh, yes, he's thought very carefully of how to make this extra difficult. As you can see here, we have to do a right turn before we come back up the bank onto the mud. Okay, not too shabby. Make our way to the final checkpoint of this section. Boom. Do 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 do. Roly poly. I think I bought my truck. Okay, section 11. Almost made it round. Oh, this is quite steep. We're on our way back to the industrial zone again for one of the particularly tricky parts of this map, but also quite cool, I find. When he first started putting this bit together, I was quite impressed, but it's not easy. So first we've got to go around the building a bit, in the sand. And then we've got to go up this hill. Oh, oh. And then a hard right here onto the bridge. And then, as you can see, we have to get our wheels on this little kind of, I don't know what to call this, but we have to keep our wheels right in the middle. Oh, oh. We can do this, and then you've got to give it a little bit to get off, otherwise you end up grounding out. Still managed to stall it, as usual. And then with this bit you also have to give it the beans a little bit, just to jump down, otherwise you nosedive off. Oh, oh, oh. Okay. Thought that was going to take a few tries. A wide berth to get round for this. Not wide enough. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. And now spectators, give us a push. Heave. Okay, thank you. Okay, it's down the scrap car stairs. There we go, lovely. And that's the end of that section. Okay, section 12, the final bite-sized section of this this route. Give it some. I wasn't speeding, officer. Why didn't you make that corner then? I don't know. Oh. Okay, you're not meant to go round those rocks. You're meant to look where you're going. Clearly I'm not so good at that. I put these barriers in so they stop you from just missing this whole bit out. You're meant to crawl round really. General rule of thumb is look for the centre partition of grass. That's where you're meant to really have your wheels, over that bit, the verge. Yes, I had a feeling this was this bit. So many times I've just gone straight off of there. I actually remembered after all these months or years. It's been about a year since I've properly driven this map, I guess. Okay. Yeah, this road could do with some obstacles and stuff put in it. It's a bit of a link road. And, oh god, I forgot about this bit. Oh, what's happened to the water? Okay. There's a big hole here. It needs sorting out. The water's not wide enough. Yeah, pretend you didn't see that. But yes, it's scrap cars again, acting as a bridge. How many times can I stall it in one episode? If not stalling it, I'm grinding the gears, so that's the way we roll. Oh, look at that. Nice little hop. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, help me out again, spectators. Grab the chassis this time. No, I missed. Ooh. Don't remember this section actually. Take it nice and easy, you don't want to mess it up now. And there it is. Victory donut, completing the whole thing. First tree to hit me gets it. Sir, you skipped the track. You're not supposed to skip the track, sir. Aww. See, sir, you went the wrong way and you crashed. Sorry, Americans. Love you all. Yeah, thanks for joining me. Beep. But yeah, it's been fun going back to this mod and having a go again. Definitely need to have some tweaks and whatnot done here and there. Perhaps some more additions to some of the more plainer lanes. So yes, Matt, hopefully you have some gumption to get back into the BeamNG modding cockpit seat and have a little tweak or a play, or even make a new map. That would be fantastic. So yeah, if you want to try this out for yourselves, there'll be a link in the description. And yeah, have a go, give them a review. It's already had quite a lot of reviews and downloads, but yeah, if you fancy having a go again, why not? So yeah, thanks for joining me, and if you do like this kind of thing, please give us a subscribe so you can see some more, and if you like this video, you know where to click. But yeah, thanks for joining me, guys and girls. See you in the next BeamNG Mods video. Bye bye.